Well, hello, darlings. It's Miss Tia. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. And I hope that you are able to just relax this weekend, maybe watch some football, or, I don't know, have y'all been out there doing some shopping? Y'all crazy, y'all go out and get in that mess, but anyways, do your thing, but whatever it is, I hope y'all are having a great time. Now listen, what I want to talk to you about today is not something about having a great time. And I thought about this because I thought, do I even want to talk about it this weekend, or do I just want to wait till next week? But, I just can't let it go. It's really bothering me. Now, y'all know that Miss Tia I don't play favorites, all right? Like, if I'm going to see something on these streets and I think it needs to be talked about, well, then I'm going to talk about it. It don't matter who you are. Doesn't mean I don't like you. Doesn't mean I do like you. But it just means that whatever's going on these streets, if it involves a certain creator or whatever, it doesn't, you don't have to be in some special group to get a spot on Miss Tia's channel. All right, darlings? So listen, I know I've talked about Julie Skolnick in the past. And, we've talked about Julie because she was, trying really to be friends with, Jay and Clue and Granny and Queen and, their little group that they got going on over there. And, I told y'all before that I thought that Julie, they always gave the impression like she was getting on their nerves, because she talks a lot. She talks over people. But I think she's just really eager to have friends. Now, Julie has done some stuff on these streets too. She doesn't hesitate to use people's full names. She does genealogy, so then she finds out stuff about families, and she's the one that talked about, the grandpa, Brittany's grandpa had a criminal history and stuff. So, she don't have a clear slate here neither, because she done her fair share. But that doesn't mean that this that happened is okay. So, if y'all hadn't heard, Miss T gonna tell y'all what happened. So apparently, Lolli, and I think I've talked about Lolli before too, because her channel is beautifully broken with Lolli or something like that. But she is covers the Sebastian Rogers case, and she's all on the side of Seth Rogers, and she think that the mama Katie and the stepdad Chris, she think that they're guilty of something. And so, she covers that, and hey, that's her channel. Let her do what she want to do over there. I don't agree with it, and I don't think that anybody should be talking about any parents of missing children unless they've been charged with a crime, because they going through enough. And I've told y'all that before, how I feel about that, but, everybody think what they want, do what they want. Unless you go real life off of these YouTube streets. Now, if Miss Tia don't agree with something, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it, but that don't mean, that don't mean nothing. Everybody just talk about things that, they have a certain opinion about, and it is what it is. However, this is what Lolli did. Now, I didn't even know that Lolli, watched Julie Skolnick or anything, and maybe she don't, because what she said was that she got a video sent to her. She said video, but really it's just audio. And it's when Julie was doing a live stream, the beginning of November. And those of you that know anything about Julie Skolnick, her channel, a lot of her channel is about her disabled adult stepson. and she talks about him a lot on her channel. And I have to say that the information that she has on children with profound autism is, I mean, she's very informative. She's very knowledgeable. And so I kind of like enjoy some of her content when it has to do with that. I think that her son, his name is Spencer. She talks about Spencer. And, you know, I just love Spencer. I think he's great. And so I enjoy hearing about him. And so, anyway, what Lolli said was that she got an audio in the background of Julie's live stream that she could hear Julie's husband, Al, like, say the F word to Spencer, and then you hear like a slapping sound or something. So what happened was she say that basically she heard Julie's husband, Al, abusing Spencer. What? Are you freaking kidding me? Okay, listen. First of all, you got Julie talking, and Julie talk a lot, and Julie sometimes she talk loud. So she's talking, but yet in the background you can hear these faint sounds of Al saying something to Spencer. So he say the F word to Spencer, and then he says something about Spencer's hand, and then he say something like there's water running, and it's Julie jump up because Al he raised his voice or whatever when he did say like the F word. And so Julie had got up during her live stream to go see what was going on, and she came right back down and she just continued. She said everything was okay. Well, Lolli said that needs to be reported to the authorities. And so what she told Julie was that if Julie said her name one more time. Now, I didn't even know Lolli and Julie, like, I didn't know Julie was talking about Lolli. Like, I don't know why Lolli's name got put in Julie's mouth, but whatever. She said if she say her name one more time, she was going to turn her into the authorities in New Jersey, which that's where Julie and Al live, and they talk about that. They say that publicly, so that's not like somebody doxing anybody or anything. They talk about that all the time. They don't like care that information is out there. As a matter of fact, Lolli live in Texas. She says that on her channel. You know, she plays music, like country music from Texas, and she always, you know, talking about that's where she lives. So that's you know, it is what it is. I don't know. But y'all, let me tell you something. First of all, Lolli, you don't give a damn about that child, about that young man, I should say, because he is a disabled adult. He is 21, I believe, or 20. He's an adult. And if you're going to call authorities regarding abuse, whether it be a child or a disabled person or an elderly person, you do that immediately because you are concerned about that individual. You don't make a stipulation of if you do this, then I'm going to call the authorities. Girl, y'all, I'm going to tell you what. People that do that kind of crap, that's like Laura, the CPS, when she called CPS on Makeup Mobster, 3 years ago or something, she was doing it to get at Makeup Mobster. She didn't have no concern about her child. But yet, Lolli gonna say that she heard him being abused in the background. But she only gonna call the authorities if Julie say her name one more time. Woman, I can't. You gonna call the authorities? Like it's a weapon, like it's a blackmail? You gonna blackmail Julie? If she do this, then you gonna do that? And what you're gonna do is involve her disabled child, her disabled son, and her husband? Like, how much do you know about Julie? How much have you watched their channel? Because let me tell you something right now. I may not agree with Julie on a lot of things, but there's one thing that I will give to her and her husband both. They take care of their son. Both of their sons. But the other one, he's not, on YouTube. She doesn't talk about him. He has his, that's a private situation, and I respect that. That's, I wish everybody was like that. But she does talk about Spencer, and she does it because she says she wants to bring awareness and she wants to help other families. And, hey, Miss Tia don't walk in them shoes. So, listen, like I said, I enjoy hearing about Spencer, and I do think that Julie has the ability to help other parents of that have children that are profoundly autistic, because those children, even though they're adults, they still have to be cared for like they're children. And let me tell you something. Miss Tia been on these streets for a long time, and I've seen lots of things. Cats have 9 lives now, I've been around a long time. The majority of parents that have children that need the kind of care that Spencer needs, the majority of them end up putting their children in a home because they can't handle it. Now, yes, Julie and Al have said they're going to get a group home for Spencer eventually when they can find a good one. They're not just going to put him in any home because, I don't know if y'all know this, but a lot of those places, those people, they're so difficult, takes so much patience to take care of them, that sometimes they get abused in those settings, and I'm talking real abuse. So, if Julie and her husband are keeping their adult son at home until they can find a place that they know he will be safe to be at, I'm going to respect that. And I would think that most people would be respectful of that too. That's a good thing. These are parents that love their child. Now, let's go back to the scenario of what allegedly happened. That Lolli threatening if Julie do this, then she gonna call the authorities. And then she say she already did, because I guess Julie said her name again, so she say she called. Okay, supposedly what had happened was Spencer was in the restroom, and Spencer even his dad out brushes his teeth, washes his face, do all the personal care for him because he needs that. And he was in the restroom, he had used the restroom, and there was some kind of situation where he didn't clean himself or something. I don't even know. He had something on his hand. And Al said he got frustrated. And he said something about his you got something on your effing hand or something like that. And then he threw the container of wipes in the sink. And it made a noise. And then Spencer, he was okay. He didn't get hit. He didn't, they took care of it. Now, unless you walk in them shoes and take care of a disabled person 24/7, you don't have a clue what it's like. I don't have a clue what it's like. And I would never, ever judge a parent that is taking care of the disabled child, an adult child who's bigger, who's the size of an adult. He is an adult, but yet his mind is not, and he needs help. How dare someone, especially from the freaking internet. You hear me? The internet. You didn't see anything. You guessing what you heard, because you don't even know the full story. And you're not concerned about the child, because you are gonna call him if she does something else. Listen here, Lolli. Look, I know that you've shared that you have a personal tragedy that happened to you. I know you have. And my heart breaks that happened to you. But I'm going to say this. What if somebody said that you had some kind of involvement in the accident that caused your tragedy? What if somebody blamed you for it? What if somebody said you had somebody intentionally do something that caused that? You better stop and think about your own feelings and your own grief journey. And you worry about your damn self before you start worrying about somebody else. And you can come on here and you can talk about people, don't know that, like, you nice, but then, you don't want to see the mean Lolli. Listen here. Listen. I don't have to be, like, Julie Skolnick doesn't have to be, like, one of my favorite creators on these streets. I don't even have to like her or anybody, for that matter, to stand up for them. And let me just say, I'm not saying I don't like Julie. I don't like some of the stuff Julie's done, but Julie probably don't like things that I've done, you've done, whoever's done. But that don't mean that we do something. Listen. You say you don't want people to see the mean Lolli. I'm going to tell you right now, you don't want to see Tia either. You leave families, especially with a disabled child, alone. You want to get at Julie for something? You do it on these streets. On these streets. You don't freaking call the authorities or anybody regarding her child and her husband when you ain't got a damn clue what goes on in that home. Y'all, I'm going to tell you right now, there ain't nothing that's going to make Miss Tia madder than when somebody involves children and disabled people and elderly people. That's one way you're going to see my claws. Oh, y'all, I can't. This is just too much. It's too much. All right, I'm going to go because I have let myself get all worked up again. I was so mad when I realized what exactly had happened. I thought they was just bickering back and forth. But when I saw that she, no ma'am, no ma'am, no ma'am. You don't do that shit. All right, I'm going to go. I'm going to go calm myself down. I'm going to give me maybe another slice of pie. Maybe that'll help. All right, darlings, it's Miss Tia. I'll see you soon. Bye now.
Tia walks alone, neon lights and pixel zones, whiskers twitch. She's sniffing out the unknown, every headline, every whisper in the dark. She's got a question, she's got that spark. Scrolling through the noise, she's got her eyes wide, spotting all the fake, she won't let it slide. Sassy in a step with the tail that sways. Truth is a game and she's here to play. Tia the cat, prowling through the streams, calling out the lies, chasing honest dreams. Some love a fight, every comment, every rumor in the chat. She's gotta come back, you can't handle that. She's fierce, she's bold, she's got that glare. If you're hiding secrets, better beware. Tia the cat, prowling through the streams, calling out the lies, chasing honest dreams. Some love the fire, some can't stand her pride, but she's never backing down, she's got nothing to hide. She's not here for drama, just the honest truth. Kindness in her claws, justice in her youth. Opinions don't shake her, she's got her own way on these YouTube streets. She's here to stay. Tia the cat, prowling through the streams, calling out the lies, chasing honest dreams. Some love a fire, some can't stand her pride, but she's never backing down, she's got nothing to hide. So when the night falls and the rumors start to creep, Tia's on the prowl, keeping YouTube streets clean, with a sassy flair and a heart so true. Tia the cat, this song's for you.
Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe.